Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode, another podcast, another, like, I don't even want to call it a podcast. It's just a session, just a chill session on the Carl Weber Show, brought to you by Cape Conscious Media, where we bring you everything entertainment in Cape Town, in South Africa. Talking poets, tap dancers, jugglers, comedians, singers, actors, and contestants of Mr. South Africa. The first time I've ever had a Mr. South Africa contestant. Ladies and gentlemen, go mad, go crazy. Welcome to my podcast, The Carl Weber Show, Dylan Majavie.
Yeah.
Welcome, sir. Welcome, man.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me before we get started, is it Dylan Majavie? Is it Majavie?
The second one.
Is it Majavie?
That is where we want more warmth. We want more feeling to it. You know.
I know what is more, but what is Javie?
Majavie. I take you to Paris.
Yeah.
You know, it originates from the Philippines, but I take you to Paris.
I thought it's from Uppington. I come from Uppington. If you're Majavie.
That's why you said from Shoprite, but it's from Woolworths.
Nice.
You know, that kind of thing. But
Very
yes.
nice. I actually have a good friend, Warren Majavie.
Yes.
Relations?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, yes.
All the Majavis are related.
Apparently so, because I think there's only like a handful within Cape Town.
Not a common
But
saying.
that's the thing. We don't have a family function, you know, like Big Medium. We don't come together to know. So if you say Majavie, then I just assume you are a family member.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let me give him the props he deserves, the intro he deserves. Singer, songwriter, actor, radio host. And the latest edition is Mr. South Africa contestant. What a resume, bro. My bro, what a resume.
No, it's crazy. It's crazy because I never thought I would have such a resume.
Yeah.
That's the funny part. So when I sit here having conversations with you, with anyone, and we go through the resume, I'm like, yes, that is me, no Hans. Wow, Dylan, look at us. You know, I look at my younger self, I'm like, look at us. Here we are. So yeah, it's a lot, but I'm excited about just branching off myself. Because I always say, if God gives you the talents and the gifts, who am I to hold it back? You know?
Who are you? Who are you to play small, right?
There
So
we go.
I know, let's start from the beginning. I'm going to get into the Mr. South Africa because that's a big one, and that's running throughout the year. I want to get into every aspect of your career, the radio, the singing, the acting, the songwriting, all of that, because it is very impressive. I'm looking at these.
Thank you.
These pics are impressive. It's very impressive. It's like off the set of Bold and Beautiful.
Hey!
Like, you're both. You're bold and beautiful. So
Thank you.
Let's start in the beginning. Like you were born in Lavendale.
Yes, born in Lavendale. Been there since the age of 5. And then my family and I, we moved over to Cape Town, right? But it's crazy. I remember the time when I used to go to school with my elder sister and my brother. And then you'd see like the street lights because we're walking already like to school at like 5:30 already in the morning, walking to school. So I remember that vivid memories. Which is fun, and back then Lavendale was an amazing place to stay at. We stayed in like a cul-de-sac and it was absolutely beautiful, man. It was one of those things where you played in the sand and then your mommy said, "Lay, you must come home now," and you in at like 10, 11 because it's just so lekker. And then at the age of 5, we moved to Cape Town and I stayed there for like 13 years of my life.
Yeah, wow. And then your schooling career, so primary school. Then on to high school, so where was that?
It was also all in Cape Town, so I went to Zonnebloem Boys.
Okay.
Don't even know.
Yep.
And then from there went to Trafalgar High.
Okay.
So I stayed like 5 minutes away from both of those schools, basically. So I tell you where around I stayed. So I loved primary school. I did. But high school was a bit of a challenge because then, it's the adolescence. It's about who you are, finding yourself, feeling intimidated by other kids, and it was just a mess, man.
Were you a jock? Were you a sports guy? Soccer, rugby, whatever?
I feel like I was more like somewhat of a nerd and a teacher's pet. there. Because I was the nice boy. I was the good boy. You know, never rebellious, really, to be honest.
I get a hint of shy boy kind of vibe. Like, you know, it's still got that.
I do. I had it more then because I think I was afraid back then. I was more afraid to step into my truth, to step into who I am and myself because of what people's going to say with family or friends or even schools. So, or the school. So it was those kind of things, man. So now I'm more aware of who I interact with and now more comfortable in who I am opposed to back then in those years.
So it's a total different Dylan now. I mean, your calling card is your fro.
Yes.
I feel like if you took a picture of you, I would be the negative of that picture.
Because now just imagine the hair plus the beard. Come on, call. At least then you're going to have everything.
Mountain
You're
man.
gone.
Mountain man.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just dricking out my beard. Yeah, it's just not coming.
But I'm dricking out my hair, but...
So, you know what I mean? So we are balanced. We basically are balanced, you and me.
The thing is also, this is too much U-turns under the duvet, man. A lot of U-turns under the duvet. I can't lay still.
So it's at the end of the day,
where people walk, grass won't grow. They say. That's what they say. The people don't walk in the bush over there.
No, definitely not. It's just a nest.
Nah, they walk all over me.
It's just a nest.
All the time.
Walk over you, definitely
I can
not.
almost see you as a awkward teenager. Ladies, man, kind of popular.
Shame, that's just the thing. I don't swing that way.
Okay, but I mean...
So that's the thing. Shame, my mom always said, don't break, you know. At that time, when she didn't know, she said, don't break women's hearts. And I was like, yes, I understand. Got you, mom.
And you never did.
And I never did. But not on purpose. Never on purpose. Never on purpose. So up till this day, even I say, shame, man, up till this day, even I'm breaking women and men's hearts. And I don't mean to. Because I'm a genuine person, I'm an authentic person, so it's like, what you see is what you get, in a sense. Also, I want to touch on it, like, people always say, you haven't changed. Like, people still say, but it's also a compliment in a sense that you're still remaining the same person who you are, but just you feel you have changed towards yourself in the sense of you're comfortable, you know, you're confident. So, I've broken, I don't mean to.
No, look, the thing is just like, I know you for a while now, and you're very strikingly handsome man, right?
Thank you.
But I think what is more than that is your personality. It's like it's your aura.
Yes.
It's like you draw people in your kindness, I think.
Yes.
I can see them across the room. That's a kind, bruh.
Yeah.
I asked him, what kind with that, bruh? He's a kind, bruh.
He's carrying kindness.
So you draw people in.
Thank you. Cool. No, I really do give credit where it's due, and I give my mom all the credit. Because she was a single mom doing her utmost best, raising 4 kids and those kind of things. So she's done her utmost, God-fearing woman as well. She also had her own challenges. And that is one of the things that I think us as coloreds, or us as people, even I think in general, any person, whether young or old, you almost have to forgive your parents because they know, they tried their best back then. So I give all credit to my mom of raising us the way we are, and who we are now.
No, huge props to single moms. They play the role of both.
100%.
And they set you up for one day when you become a parent.
100%.
And I'm thinking now, like, you're 29 years old. You're on the cusp of leaving your 20s.
Listen here. I want to tell you this, okay? Yes, I'm on the cusp of 30, right? But legally, I'm still youth, man, until the age of 35. So please.
Oh yeah, that legally in South Africa. Let me tell you. So the thing is, once you turn 32, you're off the
calendar.
Off the calendar. But then you go onto the lotto ticket. And that goes up to whatever number you want. It doesn't matter. I'm on the lotto ticket for so long. I didn't win yet. I play Powerball at my age. I don't win.
Not yet, but eventually.
They say 20s is the best years of your life, but then when you're in your 30s, they say that's the best years of your life. Then you're in your 40s, and they say, but I am 47 now, right? In 3 years' time, I'll be 50.
That's your golden oldies, golden 50s. What's it? Golden 50s. Oh, yeah, your golden, I don't know, your golden age, but that seems the right thing.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
But that's the thing. So the 20s, I always feel like they say, oh, mess it up, make mistakes, all this stuff. But I must say, I got to the point where I forgave myself and not beaten myself up of, I should have been here already at the age of 19, at the age of 20, at the age of 25. But when I look back to where I am now, 20 years, and I look back and I'm like, Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I had
Sure.
to go through all of that, And going into my 30s, I'm excited. I'm like, I don't know what's going to help. But the work I think that I'm putting in on myself and what I'm doing now is definitely something that I believe is going to pay off.
You are where you are supposed to be at
There
the
we
moment.
go,
right?
100%.
And everyone's journey is it's a different duration, so you get
Yes.
there at different times.
Yes.
So tell me, going back to teen years, I'm just going to assume, and you must correct me.
Yes.
Your songwriting started in your teens, am I right?
No.
Not.
No.
Did you ever even?
Somewhat did, but that passion of singing or interest stems from my elder sister.
Yeah.
And she's the singer in the family, right? She's the singer in the family, and just the girl would sing almost at every function and church events. That's where she was, you'd know her. But then I came on board and I was like, oh, this is amazing. And I would sing, and she would always like tell me, close your one ear, and then you'd bolt it out and you sing. And I didn't take it serious back then, And then as years went by, went into schooling, then it was this one friend that I was like, yeah, we're going to start a band, let's sing and whatever. Didn't happen. Okay. And then I finished university, but I wrote songs. I wrote lyrics in my notebook, not knowing, of course, how to write, but all I knew is put it down to book.
Yeah.
So then the first single that I ever made was called Angel.
Yeah.
And that was giving credit and thanks from a child's perspective to a mother.
Okay.
That was very rushed and produced because I wanted it to be. I'm very typical like that, where it's like, it's Mother's Day, I want it out by Mother's Day. Valentine's, want it out there.
Yeah.
So that was like, I think 2.5 years ago, if not 3 years ago, I released that song. Absolutely beautiful. I think I must redo that song, but it's absolutely beautiful. So that's where that love stems from. And then from that, because Carl, I wanted to be a lot of things, man. I wanted to be an actor, a chef, a psychologist, a businessman, a model. Well, 3 out of those things I am, But I wanted to be all these things. So eventually then I tapped into it and I said, look, if I have all these talents, who am I to just pick one?
For sure.
And put it all in one basket, all my eggs. So that's where that stems from.
So I'm going to get back to the chef thing because I like that.
Yes.
I love good food, man.
I know.
Love good food.
Yes. Man. It's my happy place.
And it's therapeutic.
Yes. And I'm saying to I'm like this.
Yeah, and gone are the days, like broken are the stereotypes of men and women. We just all cook, we all clean, and we all do whatever we must do. Right? So, but now I want to go back to your childhood. Growing up,
Yes.
You come from a very musical family, right? Do you remember this? I obviously wasn't there. I didn't know you as a child. I wasn't there.
but let's just travel back up.
Maybe I was that uncle just chilling there. No, I wasn't that uncle. But can you remember, like, in every colored household, I mean, not even color, just every household.
Yes.
Growing up, Sunday afternoons, my dad would be playing Peaches and Herbs. My mom would be listening to the Carpenters, the Temptations, those kind of things. What are the songs or what are the groups that takes you back to your childhood? When you hear today, like just that nostalgia.
No, I
Would it be your sister?
It would be more my sister, to be honest. It would be more my sister playing these songs. Jamali back then, I still get those butterflies. Still hits every time listening to it now. But I think also musically, as I, of course, evolved, I listened to Manhattans, I listened to Lionel Richie. It always used to be, I mean, it still is, but those were the songs, that almost like the bass line of like, this is good music, this is where it's at kind of thing. But no, I don't. I'm laughing so hard, Carl, not for the music, but because of vivid memories that I don't know my mom's watching. But that specific slipper,
I slow-feet.
Nice and stuff, but musically wise, that it would usually stem from my elder sister. I remember that.
You're a big Whitney fan?
I am. I watched the biography. Is that what I call it? That thing.
Yep.
I watched that recently last year. I cry. I'm that kind of sensitive person where I'm just like, so I cry for any happy ending or heartbrokenness. I'm there in tears. It was beautiful.
So tell me, you know most of the songs, if not all. As in lyrically, know them. You know the song, I think it's called Be Your Baby Tonight. Be your baby tonight. I want to know, what did she sing there? What did she sing there? What is it? I make a monster.
You say, fuck me outside, don't you know that I'm here? Come fuck me. I think she's saying so. I think, you know what she did? She left it up for open interpretation for what you wanted to be. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I think that she was smart. She's really smart with the lyrics.
I think you're very smart.
That's what she did.
You think on your feet, you just for that. I like that. So obviously you started singing, and then so Whitney is a big inspiration.
Yeah.
To a lot of people.
Come on,
I don't think there'll ever be another like her.
I think there's always a top three. I always think for me it's the top three, and it goes back to this powerful woman that's been present in our lives over generations, of like Celine, Mariah, Whitney. I feel like they were the standouts. They were like there. Do you know what I mean? So that way good music also came from.
Yeah,
I feel so.
A lot of people also start in the church, and that's where they kind of harness their
the choirs,
talent, and the club, and then also like getting back to the chef stuff. You like cooking.
I do.
What's your signature dish?
You know what? When I was younger, and you know when you get to that point of independence, and mommy say, "Hey, you must braise the onions, do the potatoes and all this." I was like, "Oh, cool." Then you're brave enough to be like, "Mom, that's fine. I'll finish the food." Then you know what I do, Cole? I'm very experimental. Then suma for what you call it, for tomato food, I suma put some curry spices in also, just to make sure that it's gonna, just juice it up. It's not always the I love it,
so listen,
but the rest of the family wouldn't.
One thing I picked up. Sorry to break you. Picked up while you've been speaking.
Yes.
You do a entertainer's trick. Even though it's just the two of us here, you'll say, "You know what I do? Call. This is what I do. Call, listen here." And I do that as well. I do that, and you know what that is? That is grabbing someone's attention. Because you make sure they're hearing what you say. Kevin always does say, "Listen, Dylan, I'm going to tell you one thing. You're listening. Here you go, Dylan. Listen here."
I mean, I'm looking. I can't even afford to look anywhere else.
Comfort food. What is your go-to? After a gig, after a long night, you just want to get home, and now you want to whip something up.
Whip something up, you say. Anything to do
even
with...
not even whip up, just
anything to do with pasta.
Okay.
Anything like lasagna, your chicken and mushroom, pasta with a nice cheese over.
Nice.
Love that. Love a good biryani and akni, to be honest. I love it.
Curry fan?
Curry, butternut. Butter chicken. Butter chicken, butter soup.
Yeah.
Butternut soup is that one, Butternut soup. Love it. I can have soup in winter or summer. Doesn't matter. I'm there for it.
Do you know that Woolworths is selling butter chicken soup?
I know. I saw it, nah. I saw it go. I saw it.
You tried it?
And I haven't tried it, but I looked at the price and I said, you know what? I can actually buy a couple of butternuts here. And I can make my own massive pot.
I saw the price and I said, I'm going to wait till Dylan tastes it. Then I'm going to ask him, I'm not going to buy this.
Until I taste it, I'll let you know.
Yeah. So listen, I listened to the single you released in Feb, Touched by Love.
Yes.
And it was so, because I'm glad I didn't just listen to it. I watched the music video. Because if you the music video tells so much more. It tells so much more. I thought, okay, it's just Touched by Love, the couple, whatever, but it's not. It's families, it's older couples, it's mom and daughter, it's father and son. And that is beautiful. Beautiful. There's a scene of you in the shower.
Yes.
Like a bold and beautiful scene. You're touched by water, touched by love.
It's just a touch.
Tell me a little more about that. That is lekker.
It's your face so vivid.
Nah, like that was nice. But then Dylan.
It's exactly merman, man. Look, with Touched by Love, I think I didn't want, and the inspiration came from everywhere, really, to be honest. But the song itself came from a space of healthy love, and I got to experience what healthy love was with my relationship. So getting to a healthy love, it's almost like you have to battle between your self-sabotage and leaning into the good that you actually deserve. So with Touched by Love was really me saying, look, there is healthy love that exists. If you haven't experienced it yet, there is hope that it is out there. Right? You haven't found it, it's going to come. And if you have, that's amazing. Stick with it, stay by it, and there it is. And with my music video, I wanted it to tell more than one story. I had so many ideas. It was first going to initially be a couple, then it was going to be just me.
Yeah.
And then eventually this all pieced together and it became more than just a typical music video or just saying touched by love. So I have my whole family's in that music video. So I have,
Is it?
yes,
You know what I was going to say, that the couples look very authentic.
yes.
They don't look like actors just, pitching up. And
And that's what I
the older
love.
couple,
That's what
the lady with the short
Blonde.
hair, is that family?
That's
members?
mother.
Is it
That's
your
mother
mom?
and that's father. Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
You can see, you know what? I can see that they are touched by love.
Hey! You know.
No, but I can just
You know
tell.
what I
man, I
mean?
can just
No,
tell
yes.
it's an authentic, real couple.
Yes. And
love that.
I mean, through that, you get to see, you get to see that example that she is, that she continuously to be is one thing that I've learned from this lovely lady is how to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And actually let it out and actually show that you're not always a superwoman, you're not always a superman, you're not always as strong. And there's different sides to you and to show it. So I'm glad that my family got to experience what I do, and mom is like, so what happens now? Now that the music video's out, I'm like, now we wait, we go to the next one. Nothing's coming yet. You just wait. It's a patient game. And I showcased so many diversity of love, and that's one thing I love. It's like you loving yourself, showing that love for yourself. Boyfriend and girlfriend, a married couple, a family, a single mom, those kind of things. So I'm glad that and I shot it in a day. I tell you, from 6 till 3. Wrap it up.
Beautiful.
Moving on.
And then there was that beach scene. Nice. But you know what? You're not typical, man. And I think that's what stood out for me. I watched music videos and I skip through it. I watched this whole thing. I didn't skip anything.
Thank you.
Because I wanted to see what's coming next.
Yes.
What couple's next? So is it the mom? The mom and daughter with the tiara. It's a beautiful moment. It's like
Yes.
an authentic moment.
Yes.
And that I'm very serious, not a very serious person, but it takes a lot to get a reaction out of me.
To get your attention.
And that made me smile. A couple
Thank
of
you.
moments and made me smile.
Thank you.
I say, I wait a lot.
But that's exactly the reaction I want, because this was a baby. Every single music video that I create and I release, it's a baby call. You know what I mean? It's like you nurtured, you wanted to be perfect, you wanted to be beautiful, you wanted to really touch people's lives.
Yeah.
And I think, yes, I released that, but in general, in general, the person that you are, the way you interact with people, just something must be left behind when you leave them.
I think, don't you think that throughout the ages we've been seduced by love songs to mean between a couple only. Where a love song can be ode to your mom, to
Yes.
your daughter, to your son.
Yeah.
That is love.
And you know what I came to understand? I came to realize, and I think that's, in life, you're learning every day,
Yeah.
what platonic love is.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's basically it. You can have a healthy relationship and healthy love with your parents, with your siblings, with your colleagues, and it's platonic. But have you ever had a feeling where you just love this person, man? I just love Cole so much. But it's not like anything romantic, but it's just like you have this love. And
For sure.
hence you say.
And more than not, it's a stronger love than anything else. It's a more loyal love. It's
Yeah.
an allegiance to this person.
Yes.
And while I've taken you down this road of questioning up until this video, you're a family guy. You spoke so much about your family now.
Yeah.
Without even, I don't even think you noticed. I was counting the amount of times you mentioned. And I led you into it, but you just went on. People will go into it and they come right out of it. Yeah, but then me and... but you just carried on down the line. I wanted to see how much of a family man you truly are, and you are.
I am, because that's also the basis of who I am.
Yeah.
I think through the good, through the bad, I'll be by your side is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So with that being said, you learn of how certain things are meant to be a certain way, and maybe you feel like you don't have the greatest family, or at some point in my life I did, but when you look back and you get to a certain age, you're like, no man, this has molded me to the person I am and the version I am. So I am a family guy. I'm an uncle of like 6. So I'm that uncle, that's just there for them and spoils them and do that. And when it comes to my family and my parents now, they definitely show, because I've seen them fight, I've seen them argue, But then I've also seen them love each other.
Yeah.
They're on a holiday now. They're probably tuning in, but they're away for holiday. I'm house sitting, and it's holidays. I'm with my nieces and my nephews. So it's the basis. It's my root, and it's my stem of who I am. Also, you know.
So you use your platform, so you've got a social platform, you've got a radio platform,
Yes.
you're singing, you're acting, and you use all of them to kind of tackle mental health and self-awareness and self-love, right? Because it's so true, because if you can't love yourself, you can't love the next person, because you don't know what love is.
Yes.
Without self-love, there's no self-respect, there's no self-value. And it sounds like you went on that journey to find what is Dylan worth.
Yes.
You know, how do I respect myself? How do I love myself? And I can see
you
duck in love with yourself. I can see it. It's just the way you smell. Yes. If I say Dylan, you smell like you blush. When I say your own name, you...
It's funny because it's so crazy because I never thought I'd be in a place that I am now with myself, you know, because I've always beaten myself up for the longest of time, being my worst critic. I think as we all are, we all are worst critic. But with the work that I've done, this work, interpersonal, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all started at the end of last year.
Yeah.
And now that we touched on the mental health thing as well, like it did, I saw a psychologist, and that was a connection therapist that connects me with my younger self and what it is that I need to let go of and forgive him and say thank you for what you knew then, you know, because that's what all you knew. And then now to the version that I am, the adult that I am. And that was great. That was 4 sessions, and I was like, thank you. I got what I needed from this. And then I went into a life coach. And from the life coach, I've had her since last year, still currently now. And with that, she almost puts me on a path of my career and what it is that Dylan actually wants. And you get to ask yourself the serious question of like, what is it that Dylan wants? Who is Dylan originally and what's his essence? And my essence is a healer. And through my platforms, I get to heal people through music, through just connecting with them, giving them the burst of energy, anything like that. So with where I am now, I'm more in love with myself now because I understand now who Dylan is and I understand what it is that he wants. And knowing boundaries, Carl, that I didn't know before, knowing platonic love, because you almost feel obligated to do certain things for people because you don't know where you stand with yourself. Sure. You don't know that it's okay to say no. Yeah. And that 20 years, I am. And I'm like more prouder than myself than ever, more in love with myself than ever. And hence that also being a part of just mentally taking care of yourself and knowing what it is that you actually want to tell the world. Yeah. And what your why is to tell the people, this is what you're doing. Why am I in Mr. South Africa? Why am I a singer? Why am I an actor? Because I want to heal people through my platforms. Wow. So once, and I always say it starts with you, Carl. Yeah. It starts with you. I can blame my parents for how they were back then, and that would carry on until the day I die. But have I lived? Have I learned to love myself? Have I learned to deal with it and said, look, Mom, Dad, you also knew back then what you knew. And I can't keep you hostage. I have to let you go in order for myself to be free and forgive you, and I need to forgive me. Yeah. And that's where I am. When you say that, I realize that I'm smiling, and I'm just like, I can't stop smiling when you say my name.
And that's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful to see. It's a level of self-love that we should all reach one day. I mean, the thing is, like, I know South African artists, entertainers, we are hard on ourselves because the industry is hard. Yeah. I mean, there's haters, there's, in comedy, like when I do comedy, there's hecklers all the time. And one thing someone told me, not everybody's going to love you. Not everybody's going to enjoy your music, your show, your comedy, your jokes. And that's something I had to come to terms with. I've got my people. My people are there for me. Yes. Yes. So men's mental health, you spoke about seeing a psychologist. And there's this old, especially with men, this old stereotype where we don't believe in going therapy. We don't believe that.
No, it's true, Carl, because I had this discussion, and I think everybody must have Auntie Pat, because that's my life coach's name. Shout out to Auntie, love you. But my thing is, right, we had the discussion, and she said more so now, the statistics is younger men are now seeking psychologists and seeking help and having conversations. It is the older men that is now like Mama's like, oh, there's nothing wrong with me. So that is the struggle, because how is it that we want to teach our men to be men and boys to be men, kind of thing. But when you not be an example, then how does that lead? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, as a man, there's so many aspects to you. There's so many faces to you. So it's like you're only showing one face, and how is that really being an example to the young men and showcasing that? So it's nice to see that young men are searching, looking for help, going for help, and really doing the work on themselves. But I think also for the older generation, I think that is also more where it lies.
So, there's a saying, there's no without dialogue there is no resolution. So if you're not speaking about it, you can never heal. And then also, like with the older generation, my dad, I mean, there was this whole thing of real cowboys don't cry. Just rub some dirt on it or whatever and get up again. And then I think it's like old scar tissue. It never really heals. But it just covers up. You just cover it up. So you're never really healing,
You you're burying your emotions and your feelings alive. Yeah. And you can bury it for as long as you want. You can throw sand on it as long as you want.
Absolutely.
But eventually it's gonna come out. Yeah. It's gonna surface again. But then it's too much for you to handle. It's too challenging, it's too difficult. And that's the thing. Yeah. And like they say, boys don't cry, and I just get nar in my, and I'm just like, no, man. Yeah. At the end of the day, what are we teaching them to just pretend that everything's fine, everything's okay? And hence me being that uncle now, with even I have 3 nephews, with my nephews, being that uncle that now allows them to feel and express and say what they say and have a conversation and saying, look, this is what it is, this is bad, this is good. Yeah. If you feel some type of way, process it.
Sure.
At the end of the day, they're 6. They are 5, they are 7. But at the end of the day, my thing is, if my words don't land now, it's okay. Yeah. Eventually it's going to.
Exactly.
And it's also they're going to understand what it is that Uncle Dylan made them feel.
Yeah. They grow up with that security of knowing there is someone.
1,000%.
So with us, when we were growing up, our uncles did not do that. No. So we didn't grow up thinking, it's okay, I can talk to someone. We just thought, no, that's not. There we go. Heidi Opperman.
Hello.
That's our boy. They say that is our boy. Well done.
Thank you, Heidi.
Dylan Majavie.
Thank you, Heidi.
Do you know this lady?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. She's my booker. She is the lady that makes sure that we are gonna do events and we're gonna perform, and not just be a recording artist, but we are gonna perform. So she's taking me under wings and just gliding with that. Yes.
But wait, Heidi, wait, just hold on. Dylan is healing me at the moment.
Yes.
But there is healing power in talking about it and stuff. Yes. And I'm so glad that there are young men like you today.
Yeah.
I can speak to their sons and their nephews and give them that security to say you can feel what you're feeling.
Yes.
And you can go through that.
Yes.
Because, no matter what gender you are, emotions are emotions.
100%. We're all human at the end of the day. We're all human. We're all born naked, and the rest is drag. Yeah. Because we just want to put this facade on. We just want to put, you know what I mean?
I like
There's
that.
a drag queen. Everyone's a drag. Because at the end of the day, we all want to put up a face and just put this facade up. And that's okay to a certain extent. Yeah. Because eventually you're going to have to heal what you're going to have to go through. My thing is also create the person that your younger self would have felt safe with.
Sure.
And that's what I've created. Yeah. That's who I am.
And who knows your younger self better than you?
1,000%. And that's crazy, because that's everything. There's mommy. Oh. So proud of my sweetheart. I'm teary throughout the whole show. Love you, my boy, too much. Mwah.
Melanie Johnson. Can I just say, Melanie, thank you so much for this gift that is Dylan Majavie.
Hey!
Majavie. Kia Opperman. Well done, Dylan. Onwards and upwards.
Thank you so much.
You do have your people. You've got your ringmen here. They people that are backing you. Once again, it's family. And it's not just blood family, but it's...
Yes, it's family that you create, that you make as time goes on. They support you. And like I say, it's also being now confident in who you are and not feeling obligated to be like, okay, because mommy says so, I must do that. Because uncle says I must do that. No. But at some point, it's okay to question it so that you can understand better on how do you move forward, navigating your path. Because what I'm doing right now is being an example for my nieces and my nephews, is carving a path for myself and taking up that space. Because how am I to tell them, follow your dreams, go for your goals, if I'm not showcasing that and sort of pathing that way for them that they could almost follow in that footsteps in a sense. Yes, they have their parents, but I think at the end of the day, I also am a family guy, so I almost take it on to, it takes a village to raise a child. So I'm part of that village, I'm part of that crew, so there am I.
So no man is an island.
No man, no. And also I say, to reaching success, Carl, I always say, I give credit to my psychologist, my life coach, my parents, my friends, my colleagues that have supported me, because at the end of the day, when I sit there on that high hill looking down my view, I did not make it alone. I did not.
Absolutely.
Because through the support of the navigating, the support of love, all of these aspects, the advice, and I say, hey, I collect these golden nuggets of advice. And I collect it and I have a conversation with you, and there's one thing that I take from you and I say, okay, cool, pack it in my bag. That eventually, my plan is to create this program called Dear Bestie, right? And Dear Bestie would be on how to love yourself, these steps on how to love yourself. I'm so excited about it. But that'd also be something I'll utilize in one of my platforms. Bestie is you.
There we go.
Yes.
I was, I think we are so in sync. Oh, it was liquor, man. Like, just like,
so
I was going into that next, and then you just looked at me like, so I'm writing this album called Dear Bestie. I'm like, man, just like that. Dear Bestie is you.
Yes. The bestie is you.
You have to be your own bestie.
You are a blank canvas, Carl. You're a blank canvas. And through my new single that I released is what I've come to know, is that you're a blank canvas, and you at the end of the day get to navigate your story and get to narrate that story. But you can only narrate the story, you can only create that story if you know who you are. And it all starts with you. What is it that you need to heal from? What is it that you need to do? What is it that... All these things. And once those are in order, then you get to understand your why. And when you know your why, you move forward into your calling, your path, your journey.
And your life is never just one genre. So
It's
you
not.
can rewrite it as you wish.
Yes, in my mind, it's going haywire here. But because there's so many avenues that you can branch off, there's so many things that you can do. And like I say, what's the point of putting it in one basket when God has blessed you with all these facets? God has blessed you with all these gifts. And He's saying, I bless you, what are you going to do? And I'm here to take it on and showcase and heal people through that platforms.
So speaking about Dear Bestie,
Yes.
right? The next single is Nobody.
Yes, I mean.
Right. So how does that tie? Okay, I don't want to think. Don't give away too much.
Okay.
But do you want to sing a line? Can I ask you to sing a line?
It's already out.
So it's
already out. Yes.
Nobody.
Yes, Nobody is already out. It released on the 18th of June. Because everything happened now on on the 16th.
Okay.
So the 18th of June. So it goes like, nobody knows. Nobody got you like me. Got you like me. Say what? Nobody know. Nobody got you like me. Got you like me. Go ahead and bust down if it's okay. Go ahead and bust down if it's alright. Go ahead and bust down, have a good day. Go ahead and bust down, have a good time. Hey, go ahead and bust down. Go, I'm remixing it now.
You do everything. You want to make a beat also. Lekker like that. So this is like it's like a feel-good album.
Yes, because what I say in it is celebrate yourself throughout. Celebrate yourself, the small journeys, the big milestones. Your life is a celebration. The mere fact that we got up this morning is a celebration in itself. And we don't, of course, see that until someone in our family passes away or someone close to us passes away. Dan will say, life is short.
I saw on social media, someone said, please don't, when I one day pass away, don't say, I wish heaven had a phone. I got a phone now.
Yes.
And that's very true,
1,000%. And that's what I do. I, like for my dad even, I buy him flowers. I say, I give you flowers while you're here. For my mom, I buy them flowers. And that's one thing my late grandma, we did was give her the flowers that she deserved. And when we look back, her last birthday, there was so much flowers. So that is the beautiful thing. So with your life, it needs to be celebrated through the hard times, because I always say it's not a bad life, it's just a bad day. You know, so you have to celebrate yourself, and nobody got you like you. Nobody.
Like your own bestie.
You're on your own bestie.
I love my own self.
I love your own self. You better love yourself.
I love my own self. So you're telling me that the whole album is released, or is just
No.
just nobody?
So what's happening is the album is not released entirely. So what I'm doing is, because I'm an independent artist, for standards, that price, you know. So what I do is I release these singles, and then that is collects into an album.
So you're just throwing out little breadcrumbs for people. And I mean, you're hooking them. I'm already invested. With Touch by Love, I'm invested because as not just your typical girl. There's not that, you know.
Yes.
You know, silk and whatever. It's not just that. It's everything. It's platonic. It's unconditional love. It's family love. It's motherly love. It's all of that.
Yes.
So it appeals not just to young lovers, but it appeals to families, which is what the world is made up of.
Yes.
So that hooked me already. So now I want to go listen to Bust Out. I want to bust out and have a good day.
Yes, if it's okay.
You know, if it's okay,
know?
I want to bust out and have a good show.
Yay!
You know.
You better bust out.
Bust out, you know.
100% cool. Because I say, like you have to pour out from a full cup.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to love yourself, how are you going to show that love? And we spoke about it earlier. How are you going to give that love to the next person?
Absolutely. Tell me. So
Yes.
now I know your music now.
Yes.
I like it. It's like I want the music now. That's what where can people
Playlist it, yeah.
Playlist. I'm gonna playlist it, right? So I'm waiting for the next one. So it's Touched by myself. No, Touched by love. That is also self-love.
It's also self-love.
Yes.
They call it meditation.
Just like that. You know, then there's nobody touches me. Then also, but my dear bestie touches me. Nobody but my dear bestie. That
Supposed to be like
that
me.
is like nobody but my dear bestie touched me.
No, how's your best?
Me, I touched myself. Yeah. So yes, I'm already in love with that one.
Ooh, thank you so much.
Now I want to get to this new venture. I mean, you in radio, which is you absolutely love. You love radio. You love doing radio.
Yes.
You're part of the Hot Squad and whatever.
Yes.
How long have you been on radio?
Over 6 years now.
Yeah.
Over 6 years.
And it's very different to any other genre. It's very different.
Completely different. Completely different. My colleague and I, we have gotten our show for 3 years now. So on a Friday and a Saturday, we host the show called The Switch Up from 10 p.m. until 1 a.m. So that's also your part. That's where I also showcase the hype, the vibes, and the energy. But it's definitely different because you get to connect with so much people, you know, that you don't necessarily see, clearly. But when you're walking on the streets and they recognize you, they connect with you, they see you, but also based on the mere fact that we still doing Hard Squad. So that is also the connection of the brand, that we get to go into the community, connect with them, speak with them. So we've built already this brand in itself, you know, on the station that people are familiar with. So when I'm on the other side now talking to you, then it just feels different.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's almost like I'm two people in a sense.
But that's the thing. Like, so you're not putting on different acts. There's different versions of Dylan, whereas there's different versions of Carl. So you play the part of whatever you need to be, right?
Yes.
And that's the life of an entertainer.
Yes.
But what is your favorite? What is your favorite version as in singer, actor? What do you enjoy most? The radio.
I enjoy acting.
Enjoy acting.
I enjoy acting. I tell you why. Because I get to play certain characters. I get to be certain people. And I get to relate those stories to people. Which is beautiful because you get to literally put yourself in the next person's shoes.
Sure.
And you get to portray that as best as you can, as best as possible. And I've done like live theater plays. And I tell you, when you have to be present, you are present. You can't let your mind wander because this is your lines, this is your character, this is how you must portray and this is how you must be, you know? And I remember, I'm telling you, I remember there was one, I did my backstage debut, right? And it was Afrikaans, right? And I'm not really good at Afrikaans, I'm still learning it, verstaan, you know? So it was called Die Geheim. It was a very intimate one, right? So now the stage is the stage is there and the seats, whatever, but we're in front of the stage kind of thing. So me and this partner, we're laying, right? But it's very intimate because the director wanted to be very cinematic and sceneful. And I'm telling you, we're laying there. So we're laying first, and as the people enter, and I can hear already my parents and my grandma, and they come in and it's like, is that means what that? And I can hear it. You just have to be so cool about it all. So you're sitting there, I'm laying, and I'm like, okay, yeah, here's mommy coming. I can hear it. Okay. And then, right, the thing starts, but now it's like an intimate sort of moment, and this is, and you can hear them gasping, you can hear them go, you know. And then further into the scene, my partner had to like smack me. And mommy's like, that's my scene.
So,
And you know how like in character I still have to be, you know. And I'm trying not to laugh, and it's still off record. So imagine that call.
Yeah.
But my point is, I love acting. You get to connect to the people.
Yeah.
You really get to relate these stories of this character or this person that you're portraying. I think, which is the most beautiful form that you can be.
So, you know, speaking about that, my mom's in Bloemfontein. She doesn't get to see me perform often. But when I do invite her to a show and I'm on stage and I'm telling the story, and after every line, my mom will be, Netsu, and I'm like, Mom, yo, and all I can hear is my mother, and she throws me off. That's a mom.
That's what they're supportive throughout. You know, whether they throw you off or not, you just really be like, yeah, no, this is sometimes why I don't invite you. But you know what? And I'm kind of.
Yeah,
but that's invite your mom. I know you watch it.
Of a mom. So tell me now, when you get into this, the last stretch of this interview, just our chat, our chill session. Mr. South Africa contestant, that is huge, bro.
Yes.
You know, that is huge.
It is massive.
Because this is like, for me, you know, everything that we've started off from 8 o'clock this evening, right? I've heard your journey, parts of your journey. And it's led to, and I've left this for last, because this is like the pinnacle. This is like, I'm feeling proud of you now, knowing where you come from and who your mom is and your dad and your family, and how much you love your family and your high school and your insecurities and your life coach and how I'm feeling. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Because this is like now the pinnacle.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, it's amazing.
And you know, to other people, it may not be a Mr. South Africa competition. It might be something else in their lives. But this is a proud moment for me.
Hey!
You know, so, and you know, I can imagine even a prouder moment for you.
Yes.
So how did this happen?
So 2 years ago, 2022, right, I entered a pageant called Mr. Diversity. And I won that pageant, thank God, gracefully so. But I tell you what, Carl, for that, it was the first of its kind, that pageant. But it was such an amazing opportunity because I get to put myself out there. I get to get out of my comfort zone. Not knowing pageantry, I was like, I'm going to try it out. And I did. And when I won it, it was basically a reward or a trophy for my younger self saying, we did this. We did this. And of course, being openly gay man and giving that its pride as well, it's such an amazing opportunity to be who I am, arriving in the body and the person that I've always wanted to be. So that started a journey, that started something within me, not knowing, you know? And then I did the work on myself. But before then, last year, I wanted to enter Mr. South Africa, but didn't. Like we say, everything happens for a reason. And then I did the Mr. South Africa red carpet presenter search. Got into that I got to top 10, right? Great. Lovely. That was just an amazing opportunity. Then this year, because I did the work and I saw, the ad came up of Mr. South Africa, and I was like, let me try this. So there was a bit of a registration fee and you had to fill in all these things. So I was hesitant also. So it took me like 2 days to decide, and I was like, okay, I told nobody. That was my thing, I told nobody. And I entered. I was like, I'll keep it silent. As they say, your right hand mustn't know what your left hand's doing, and here we go. Got it. and I was over the moon. I was excited. I was like, yay! You know, out of 57 contestants, basically, is where I'm lying at now. And then now the journey has started, and we're full in swing with it. And I completed my first challenge. Was to get business advertising partners on board, and I completed that. I was so nervous about it. And for me, Carl, I say there was also so many other gay people that has also walked these roads and this pageantry. And I say, Mr. South Africa's platform is it's inclusive. It's a diversity of men, irrespective of your background, and there's so much entail, you know, because everybody has a story. All these 57 men have a story to tell, and that's why we're gunning for this platform, because we want to make a change.
Just tell me, is this, all those 57 men have taglines as well? Is this yours?
Yes, yeah.
Yum, yum, yum.
So that is a WhatsApp.
Okay.
Somebody sent me personally. Yeah, it's a value of mine that actually sent me that.
Nobody got you like you. Yum, yum, yum.
This is someone's grandfather. But anyway.
It's the emoji for me. Just wipe your mouth.
But that is incredible.
Yes.
Like, honestly, like, just growing up, like, with Miss South Africa and Mr. South Africa, it seems so far out of reach for kids like us growing up. It seems almost impossible.
Yes, 100%. It did at some point, I feel like it. It did at some point, given the fact that I give credit and so much honor to the people that walked these paths before us. You know, that now, hence the example, you get to see, like, if he can do it, so can I.
Yeah.
What's stopping me of doing that?
And tell me, do you feel that pageants have changed in terms of just the word pageant seems so...
I think there's a double standard when it comes to female pageantry and male pageantry, because at the end of the day we still glorify the female pageantry, right? Which is all good and it's beautiful. But I think there's men that also want to utilize this platform. There's men that also goes into pageantry, and we don't necessarily glamorize that or make it known or advertise it as much as I feel like we could, you know. So there's almost that space that is there, but it's not being created enough or being sung about enough, I think. You know, so
Sure, absolutely. When you look at the rest of the contestants, yo, my bro, I will be nervous. Yo. Something the church, this brother's abs. Look at this brother. This brother got hair. So I mean, do you feel like?
Yeah, look, I don't feel so strongly, because I think that now it's not about the image, you know, looking at the jawline, the abs, the this, the that, the short buzz cut, whatever the case would be. So I say I represent the modern man, you know. So that, I think that would be my power that I could utilize, in the sense of like saying, this is who I show up to be and this is who I am. Because don't get me wrong, there is amazing, talented, good-looking gents on this contestant board, and you're like, yes, you know. And there's also the leadership board, right? So you get to see where you're lying at and who's voting for you and how much votes you have. So I tell you, I was lying at 52 and I was nervous. I was like, yes, here we're going. And then we went up, and then I went to 32. And I was like, that's still not good enough, Yana. Please, man. And then now I'm lying at 8. I'm in the top 10.
What?
So that is like 25% of your overall, what you call it, voting, or your scoring. So there's a lot that goes into it. So I try to just focus on what it is that I need to do and my story, because I think at the end of the day, that's what we all are doing, you know, because we're all doing interviews and we're all doing our work for charity and telling our story. And that's basically what I'm trying to focus on, and just thinking of like utilizing the platform so I can let out my Dear Bestie program.
Yes,
everywhere and anywhere.
Yes, nobody touched me like my bestie, the dear friend.
I think that's what it is.
Who is bestie? Me. I am bestie.
Who's your bestie? Me. Nobody touches me like my bestie. I think that's the right rap song.
Speaking about pageants, right? We grew up with pageants, and I remember watching a pageant one day, and I mean on a live stage, and you come up to the judges and they ask you the question, the question part of it. Yeah. And I saw this woman was so nervous, and they asked her, "So what is your?" Just a simple question. They said, "What is your favorite dish?" And she said, "Tupperware." And I'm like, "Yo, auntie, no man." So I'm telling you this, Dylan, so that I don't want you to make.
No, that
Don't please.
that's why we do what we do to build confidence, and that's why we do the work on ourselves. And I think that's why with Mr. Diversity at the time gave me the stepping stone to understand what pageantry is about.
Yes.
And I think now I've done the work on myself. I almost get to now be able to answer from the most authentic part of myself and operate from the most authentic part of myself, because now I can answer organically, beautifully so, and be like, yeah, if my favorite dish is biryani.
There we go.
You know,
In a Tupperware.
in a Tupperware for a takeaway.
And when I say Tupperware, I mean an ice cream bucket
Verstaan
with
jy?
my name in nail polish at the bottom.
Oh, maybe a flora bakkie. That the medium size.
So listen, I want to tell everyone, right? If you ever get a chance, everyone who's listening and who's going to listen to this, I want them to know that if you haven't met Dylan Majavie, right? He's a pretty boy. He's a pretty boy. But he's more than that. I think that is this looks is the least of you.
Yeah.
Because there's so much more to you than that.
Thank you.
And I want people to meet you, man, and have a conversation like this.
Thank you.
I want you guys really to meet him one day. He won't, don't worry, he will talk to you. I know he will. I told him to. But just meet him and just see that there's more to it than that.
And they can meet me, because I have an event coming up next week, the 30th of June. It's a Sunday 80s jazz vibe. And I can jazz, as we should.
Now, do you see how in sync we are? I said, go meet him. Then you said, they can't meet me at this. And then you punched it. Liquor, man. Liquor. So tell people that.
So I will be performing also. I'll be performing these songs, and one of them songs are Touched by Love. And it's going to be with a live band. That was one of my goals and my dreams, to have a live band, because you can just feel it better, Yeah. So with that being said, it's next week, the 30th of June. Tickets are 100 Rand. And it's on my social media platform, so you can see the poster, you know where to get these tickets. It is in Belleville, I think, at Dante's Premier Lounge from 4 p.m. So the tunnies, the young people, you can all come. There's enough time, for the youngsters that want to party till late, for the the golden oldies want to party until like 10 o'clock.
For the artists,
for everybody.
take out the panache perfume.
Hey!
Spray the panache.
Make sure that's just in case.
Yeah.
Ice cream
Put your
party,
brooch
whatever
on.
snacks there
I'll
is.
leave a link of it in the comments.
Okay.
I'll find it on your page.
Yes, that will be amazing. That'll be amazing. Thank you so much. Or even just the link for my social media so that they could see it, I guess.
Yeah.
That would be perfect. Thank you so much. So
Tell them about your socials.
So
where they can find you.
So they can find me on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. It is Dylan Majavie, Dylan. I always say that's the original Dylan spelling, okay? And then Majavie. So even if you just type in Dylan Majavie, you'll find me. You'll see me. I'm be that one there. So yes, so like I say, I will save you a dance if you're gonna come up. I'll save you a jazz.
Let me tell you, since I've become a performer as well, I realized like the importance of supporting people.
Yes.
Like a lot of people support, but they say, I'll buy a ticket, but I can't make it. We want you there. We want your presence there. So I always tell people, support local. Because that's, I tell you, you don't know what it means to us.
I never said. I say even these people that like the band members, they are so talented, and there's so many talented musician artists that we have in Cape Town, and we know this for a fact. We know this. We always talk about it. So I think when these occasions arrives and these events, that is the opportunity where you can actually put your words to action and say, okay, I'm going to go and check it out.
There you go, guys. You heard it straight from Dylan Majavie. Go support him, guys. Dylan, thank you so much.
Yes, has it been an hour already? Gosh, you can sit here.
It has been an hour. You know why? The thing is, it's the first time we really spoke at length.
Yes, that is true.
And it's been amazing. I want to do this again. This was supposed to be a 10-minute interview. I'm joking.
I mean, how fast do you want me to do?
No, bro, but I'm glad that you came through, and I think we are blessed to have you here.
Like I say, get me back on when I have that crown, mister.
That's perhaps someone book himself. I like that.
There we go.
This is why we in sync, bruh. We are in sync.
This is why don't we do this sooner?
You know, we should have.
but everything happens for a reason, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for just the opportunity and the platform to just, I think, be able to tap into more than what Dylan Majavie is, which I love. So thank you for that, and I'm sure that people get to take away more than just he's these titles or whatever my CV is, but I'm more than just that.
There we go.
At the end of the day, that's
Absolutely.
what it's about. It's about connecting with people that you get to feed on and they feed, and it's just that's beautiful, man.
It is beautiful. It's been a beautiful hour. Thank you so much, Dylan Majavie. Thank you so much to Cape Conscious Media. That's what we do. Carl Weber, a show showcasing the best that Cape Town and South Africa has to have. Thank you, and good night.